Hey y'all, it's Basehead Dipper here, dipping on some grizzly wide coat wintergreen. Come and talk about what happened in St. Louis last night. So if you've watched the news, you already know that the cop was not charged with murder. Well, that pissed a lot of African Americans off, especially African Americans that are close to my age and that actually knew the boy. Now, I can understand why they're pissed off, whether it was wrongful or not. It doesn't give them the right to destroy people's businesses that had nothing to do with it. To me, it's pure ignorance. It shows how ignorant they actually are if they're going to sit here and do all this. When a black cop or an African American cop shoots a white man, we don't go out and protest violently. We just brush it off because, we don't know what happened. We weren't there. The only three people that knew what happened was the boy, the cop, and God. Those are the only three people. And you can't just blame the cop because, like I said, we don't know what went on. We were not there. But from what my grandfather was saying, because he listens to the news a lot when he's on his way to work, and they actually had video footage of the boy pushing around a lot of employees at a mall prior to that time, or before that time, actually. I think prior is before. I don't know. But, yeah, he was pushing around employees at, I think it was a mall or something. So he could be violent. Boy's probably like 6 foot something, and I'm pretty sure that big of a guy could really easily overpower a cop. So I can kind of see where the cop's coming from, and I can kind of see where his friend's coming from, but it still does not excuse the fact that they can riot. They cannot riot. It's completely stupid. Would you really want to take a bullet just like your friend did over stupid shit? Why can't you just be like everybody else and be normal and just live as a civilized person instead of getting all butthurt over one shooting? One shooting that you were not there to witness to find out if it was wrongful or not. So yeah. And I'm not saying this because the cop is white. I'm saying this because it's the truth. If you're going to sit here and destroy somebody's building just because your friend got shot by a cop, that shows how low you are. And there is some white people that probably would do it. I'm going to be honest. There probably is some white people. I'm not saying that all white people are good and black people are bad. I've met some really cool African Americans. I don't know why I say black people. It's just me. But I try not to. I try to be as friendly as possible unless somebody's being an ass to me. If they're being an ass to me, I will not use the respectful term of African American. African American is what I normally refer to black people, because that's a respectful way of saying it. They don't like to be called black. They don't like to be called the N-word. And they don't even like you to say nigga. And I don't understand that. They can say it to each other. They can call us niggas and whatnot. But we can't say it, which I understand that. That's their word. They came up with it. So it's over and done with that part. But this rioting that they're doing, looting and stealing and all this, breaking into businesses, burning down businesses, it's not going to fix anything. It's not going to solve anything. It's just going to make things 20 times worse. And I actually seen a comment on Vine because a girl had posted a clip of a few of the rioters trying to flip somebody's car. And she posted as like a little message saying, "No justice, no peace." And that's completely wrong. You know what? Justice has been served, but not the way they want it. They want it to be on their side. They don't want it to be on the cop's side. Face it. It's hard to fight a cop in court. It really is, especially with other fellow officers and anyone who works for the liberals. See, cops, I don't have a problem with cops. I'm going to tell you that now. I don't have a problem with cops. I don't have a problem with judges or lawyers. But they're all paid by the government, the liberals. See, the cops, really, they don't want you to have any rights. They're like everybody else. All the liberals and all, they don't want rights. They want it to be a communist country. They don't want you to be able to say who or vote for who gets in office. If one person wants to get in office, that person is going to get in office. And we need to fight this. We really do. I know I'm getting off topic, guys, but I'm just making a point here. Cops are paid by liberals. Now, I've met some cops who are paid by liberals, but they think like me and other rednecks. They want their rights. They want to be able to own a gun freely. They want to be able to own a knife freely. They want to be able to walk out on the streets with their gun or their knife without having to be harassed by other cops. And I can completely understand that. Which, cops around here, they know me. I carry a knife. Well, I used to carry a knife 24/7. And then I stopped because I had a whole bunch of shit going on with people in my town. And I didn't feel like fucking snapping and stabbing somebody. So, yeah. Because it is not worth the jail time. But, this writing, it's not helping anything. It's just making things worse. I won't be honest here. I downloaded a radio scanner app that allows me to listen into police dispatch. Now, this is legal. I'm going to tell you now, it's legal. It allows me to listen to police dispatch, fire and EMS dispatch, and those are really the only two things that it allows, and highway patrol. Well, I was on St. Louis PD and fire. I think it was like St. Louis Police Department and Fire or something like that. And the shit I heard, I'm not going to lie, the shit I heard broke my heart. Because 3 shots were fired. And I know I'm going to start crying because it's a touchy story. I mean, I heard cops getting shot at. 3 shots were fired. And the fire department had to pull out. 3 shots. And then that 3 shots turned to heavy gunfire from the rioters. And I don't know what the cause of this is or why they're doing it. I mean, I can understand, like I said, they're pissed off. Who cares? I mean, it's over and done with. They just need to drop it and let it be. I can understand that was their friend, their loved one. But if you think about it, they're not helping the family any more than what the government is. I mean, and by the way, I want to send out my prayers to the family because they lost their loved ones. And I'm going to tell you now, I'm cool with all people. You can be fucking purple. If you respect me, I respect you. And I know I'm going in one big loop repeating myself. But I'm just trying to get the message out there. Rioting and destroying businesses, breaking into businesses, stealing things, trying to flip people's cars, it's not worth it. It really is not worth it. What's the point of it? Like I said, what is the point of it? There is no point to it. You're either going to get shot, arrested, or, well, that's pretty much 2 things. You're either going to get shot or arrested when you do that stuff. And I remember back when it actually happened, when the cop shot the boy, they had to get Army National Guard out there, but that's how bad it was. And what really, really worries me is I have family who live in Missouri. They live in Dexter. They're 3 hours away from St. Louis. So who's to say that shit doesn't spread to every other part of Missouri, like Kansas City, Missouri, Dexter, Missouri, Bloomfield, Cape Girardeau. Let's see, what else is there? Poplar Bluff. I mean, you just never know. I wish all this would end. I really do. I'm getting sick and tired of seeing it on the news. I mean, that's their choice. If they want to continue looting and rioting. And I've seen a lot. I'm going to tell you now, I've seen a lot of that shit down in New Orleans. Being I live in Louisiana. This is my home place. I've seen a lot of that shit down in New Orleans. People would riot during Katrina. When Katrina hit, people would riot. They would loot. And it was just fucking horrible. When we actually got back to Louisiana, all you saw was military. That's all you saw. Military left and right. Police force left and right. It was so bad down there because my grandfather works down there that his own company advised them, the workers, to carry a gun if they have it. And my grandfather did so. And really, the company that he works for, they don't really recommend carrying a gun for legal reasons, for the simple fact, say somebody gets shot on the job, well, the company could be sued by the family of that person. So, yeah. But this war even war on terrorism, ISIS, all this, it just needs to stop. We need to live in peace. We need to have closure. If we keep having war and people keep destroying shit of other people's property and rioting and looting looting, I don't know why I said looting, but looting, if it continues, we're not going to have a world to live in. Earth, as we know it, with us having war against terrorism, war in general, even home front war, that's what this is considered at this point. To me, that's what it's considered. It's considered home front war because you're going. How would I put this? It's another civil war. It's not fully a civil war because not everybody's killing each other, but it's a civil war between the cops and the family members of that boy. And I'm at 10 minutes, so. But yeah, that's just my views on it. It really is. And I finally got a lip ring. And this one's actually a spiked lip ring. It's a pretty big spike, too. But, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. This is Bass Head Dipper signing out.